this groove. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Watch him move, move. Watch him move, move. Watch him move, move. Watch him move, move. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Watch him move. Watch God move. Look at God. Watch him move. Look at God. Watch him move. Think about the goodness of Jesus. Look at God. All he done for me. Watch him move. Watch him move. Watch him. Watch God move. How he picked me up. Turn me around. Place my feet. Watch him move. Solid ground. Look at God. Hey. Watch him move. Bounce. Bounce. God. Hey, watch him move when I think about the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me. All I can is say, I gotta bounce, bounce, bounce. Hey, look at God. What is going on? It's Wade's Word of the Day. Wade's Word of the Day. Good to see you all this evening. Wow. Man, it's another Monday. We're here. I hope that you're excited. Y'all know what it is in this space. We don't tear down. We lift up. We encourage. We speak to those things that speak to us, all of those things. Yeah, so we deal with the mind, body, and the spirit. And because we believe that it is a healing space, yeah, we don't tear down. We lift up. We encourage. We do. That's what we do. And so, man, I'm excited to be here for another edition of Wade's Word of the Day. I see Duchess. I see Verlin. I see Maxine. I see Aisha. I see all of you all coming into the space. Do me a favor, tag, text, and tell somebody, tell them to come on in the room tonight if you don't mind. If you don't mind, tell them to come on into the room tonight. We certainly would appreciate it. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. So, hit that stars button if you don't mind. Help us out. But let's think about this tonight. Let's think about this tonight. Here it is. Have you found the you you've always wanted to be? Yeah, let's think about that tonight. Have you found the you you've always wanted to be? Make you go, huh? You know, oftentimes we speak about purpose and we speak about calling and we spend a lot of energy talking about our destiny. But it all revolves around this question. Have you found the you you've always wanted to be? When you look in the mirror, do you say, man, I have become the person that I wanted to be? I'm moving in my purpose. I'm where I believe I should be and what I should be doing. And oftentimes when we think about purpose, sometimes it scares us. I mean, oftentimes people come back to me and say, how do I find my purpose? How do I know my purpose? Because they think that finding their person means that they're going to reach everybody. But I was reading a book this weekend. I picked it up. I hadn't read it in a while. It's a fairly old book, but the name of the book is entitled Release Your Brilliance. Go out and get it. It's a wonderful read, but it's entitled Release Your Brilliance. And he used, in terms of finding your purpose, he talked about it from the standpoint of Simon T. Bailey. He talked about it from the standpoint of your universal assignment. Yeah, what is your universal assignment? What is that thing that you have been placed on this earth to do? And that seems like a big question in a fairly large question, because, as I said earlier, oftentimes when we think about that, we think about it from the standpoint um, that we're supposed to be touching everybody. But here is the thing, and I love the way that he put it. He said, your universal assignment is not necessarily to touch everyone, but it's to touch somebody. Yeah, think about that. When we think about purpose, when we think about our calling, when we think about what it is that God is pushing us toward, our destiny, if you can really bring it down to its minute position, the goal is not to touch everybody, but the goal is to touch somebody, to make an impact in your area or your sphere of influence. And so when you begin to think about it in that way, oftentimes it's some of our day to day small things that we don't even think about, but we're making a great impact. And we don't even sometimes realize, man, that's what we've been called to do, because too often what we're doing, we're lining our purpose up against somebody else's purpose. It's kind of like that scripture where it talks about, the hand needs the foot needs the hand, but they function in different capacities. And too often your calling may be in the area of operating in foot ministry, if you will, or operating in hand ministry, but we spend so much energy looking over at somebody else's purpose or universal assignment that we miss ours. So the goal is not to touch everybody. You're not going to be able to connect with everybody. Everybody is not going to get you. Everybody is not going to understand why you do, what makes you tick. But the goal is to take that thing that God has put down on the inside of you and impact somebody. Sometimes uh, that's just checking in on folks. Sometimes that's just offering a word of encouragement. Sometimes that's just being kind. Sometimes that's just being there. You don't always have to be doing something to make an impact. Sometimes it's just in your presence and what you bring to the table. Sometimes it's not always being out front. Sometimes it's, as Andy Mineo and Lecrae said, it's about playing the background. The goal is to figure out, how can I make a impact in my sphere of influence? Because here's the reality, we all have influence. Yeah, you have the capacity, just like I have the capacity, to reach somebody, to connect with somebody, to encourage somebody, to help somebody, to strengthen somebody. And it starts with that first touch. You do know that Jesus was out there by the sea, and he ran into two brothers and he had a conversation with them. Then that one brother went and grabbed his brother. That's how it works. Each one reach one. Each of us use our skills, our talents, and our abilities, one, to be the best person that we can be. Because I said often that nobody can beat you being you. You don't have to try to be somebody else because you are uniquely made. And so if you can get to the place of understanding that your universal assignment is to connect not to everybody, but is to connect to somebody. Begin to share your story, begin to share your vision or how you see the world. Develop your tribe. Yeah. That's what purpose is really all about. It's about discovering what makes you tick, what gets you excited, and then taking that thing now and using it to help somebody, to bless somebody, to touch somebody, to strengthen somebody. Because our purpose really is just simply us being conduits, taking what we have been blessed with and sharing it within the space or the context of our environment, our culture, our connections, our tribe, our people. So your purpose is not somewhere out there. The truth of the matter is your purpose lies down on the inside of you. So this is how you know that you discovered your universal assignment or your purpose, uh, because it causes you to come alive. You get excited about it. And for you, it may be baking. If you get excited about it, it causes you to come alive. That's what your purpose is. That's what your calling is. It stirs up something down in your shanana, down on the inside of you. It's something that causes you first to be excited about it. Then you take that what you are excited about, and then you figure out how you can give it, not necessarily to everyone, but to someone. Yeah, when you find that thing, it resonates not just externally, but it resonates internally. It moves you. Come on in here. Let me give you a little secret here. You can't move others with something that has not moved you. Let me say that again for the folk in the back of the room tonight. If it don't move you, it's not going to move others. If it does not excite you, it's not going to excite others, because it is through your excitement, your anticipation. If it resonates with you, then it can have the capacity to resonate with others, because you can't, for the lack of a better word, you can't sell something that you ain't bought into yourself. So if you ain't with it, it's going to be hard for you to sell it, engage with others about it. Can I just pause here and say this for a moment? Many of us don't believe in that it that we have. And because we don't believe in it, then we get frustrated because somebody else won't believe in it. But here is the thing: if you don't believe in it, you're not going to be able to convince anyone else to believe in it because it has to get you excited. It has to move you. Has to resonate with you. Because I believe what Simon T. Bailey said, he says, what we need today is folk who come alive, who get energized about that thing that God has put down on the inside of them. Folk who have come alive, who are excited about life and not just Debbie Downers, always negative, but folk who can see possibility. They don't see problems, they see possibilities because they understand that problems are just possibilities in disguise. Have you found that you always wanted to be? What is it? Go ahead and write it in the chat right now. What is it that makes you come alive? Yeah. What is that thing that makes you come alive? Don't look at your neighbor. Don't look at the rest of the folk who are in the room tonight. No, the question is for you. Go ahead, drop it in the chat room. What is that thing that makes you come alive? And don't cheat yourself thinking that that thing is too small or is not in comparison to somebody else's thing. Because if it does not move you, it will not move anybody else. So why do we need more people who come alive? Because they recognize that thing that's down on the inside of them. Because when you get it, it's contagious. Yeah, this is what happened with Jesus and the folk who rock with him, those 12. Because not only did Jesus believe it, but then those who were connected to him believed it. And then the Bible says about them, these were the ones who turned their world upside down because they dared to believe. They felt it down on the inside of them. And whatever it is, whatever purpose, whatever universal assignment that God has given you, embrace that thing. Cherish that thing. Come alive by that thing. And as you give yourself permission to be excited about your gifts and your calling, you give others permission to be excited about it too. As you begin to believe for the impossible because of the gift that's down on the inside of you, you give others permission to believe as well. So have you found the you always wanted to be? Don't have to be some great thing. Because the truth of the matter is, most big things have small beginnings. Most ideas, what? Start with a thought. Passion gets behind it. Grit, determination. A mindset that says, I won't quit, I won't give up, I'm going to see it through. Commitment. And then as you press your way through this thing called purpose, you'll look back and you'll say to yourself, I have become that you that I always wanted to be because I trusted that thing that was down on the inside of me. Are you going to do that tonight? Are you going to look in the mirror and say, I may not have what others have, but what I have is of value? What I have is of worth? And just like faith, it may start off small as a mustard seed, but it has the capacity to change your life, change your mindset, change your environment, change your situation, change your circumstances. Have you found the you that you always wanted to be? I think you have. You just got to have enough courage to embrace it. Because the goal is not to win over everybody, but the goal is to win over somebody. And all of the gifts and callings that God has put down on the inside of us are valuable. So don't waste your gift. Don't waste your gift worrying about what other people think. Don't waste your gift worried about what others might say, but work your gift. Embrace your gift. Get excited about your gift and watch it move. Yeah, watch it move. Write in the chat. Did y'all write it in? I didn't see anybody. Did you write that thing that you're passionate about, that you're excited about? That's right, Audrey Barnsley. Pass it on. Somebody said love moves. Okay. Love moves me. Shakira said moves me. Somebody said a second chance. Okay. Yeah. Find that gift. It's already down on the inside of you. Matter of fact, you already know what it is. You know what it is that gets you excited. Embrace it. Expand upon it. And watch him move. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Man, I'm done. I hope that this word has been a blessing to you on tonight. If it really has blessed your life, do me a favor, hit that stars button. Every time you hit the stars button, it helps us to go just a little bit further in the ministry, in the work that we're doing over here. Also, tag, text, and tell somebody. If it's blessed you on tonight, make sure to just share it. Make sure to just share it. You know, all of that good stuff. Certainly would appreciate that. Make sure that you are tapping into all of our content on all of our social networks. Certainly will appreciate you all doing that. Yeah, tell somebody. Tell somebody. See, I'm walking in my purpose and in my calling. I recognize I ain't called to connect with everybody, but I'm called to connect with some folk. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm telling you. So keep on pressing, keep on pushing. Let's go out this way. Here we go. Yeah, this one for Judy. Thank you for those lyrics. Here we go. Set me free, set me free. Jesus got me in every way. Jesus, in everything I do, think and say. Jesus, speak to me so I will know. Jesus, what to do to help me to grow. Set me free, set me free, set me free. Please be my God and life. Jesus, my only wish is to love you. Jesus, you love me. Set me free, set me free. Jesus, set me free, set me free. Everybody say, set me free, set me free. Jesus.
set me free. Hey, everybody, Dre, set me free.